Bootleg Kev Podcast, Bootleg Kev Show, special guest.
Turn on my things off.
Kid Ink is here, ladies and gentlemen.
What's happening?
What's up, buddy?
Nothing, man. Let me turn my phones off.
Yeah, you got to turn the phones off, bro.
Buzzing in here.
First of all, man, I feel like I ain't seen you since the pandemic. Well, did I see you? I ain't seen you since the pandemic.
No?
Did we see each other?
I think I saw you on FaceTime.
Yeah, I think so.
That's probably what it was. You know, that's seeing people these
days.
days.
I think, it's been a crazy year, man.
Yeah.
How have you, how has the pandemic kind of has it affected what you do, or what some things you had planned? Like, how did it kind of affect life for you, bro?
I mean, it affected me like everybody else as far as obviously the slowdown of traveling and work. I mean, work, traveling all day. So I had probably like 2 overseas tours. I had like an Asia tour. I had an Australia tour. I had a college run. As soon as the pandemic hit, all that got shut down.
Yeah, I know. Every year you do your runs in like the Middle East. You go to Dubai.
Yeah, I had a lot
stuff.
to do. But everything was ready to go for that run. And, you know what I'm saying? I had actually was in Dubai February, and I had heard about everything that was going on. As I was out there and how it was like these possible lockdowns and then I made it home just in time.
Wow.
Like literally, I think a couple days after I made it home, which actually had made it home, my daughter was born the day I made it home.
Wow.
And then on Valentine's Day, and then the whole thing shut down. So I had to handle all that.
So was the day you got, because was your wife with you in Dubai? Because usually she travels with you. She didn't go with you.
Because she was pregnant and she was close to delivering. But,
so
you know what I'm
you
saying?
got back the day she gave birth.
Yeah.
So can you imagine if you would have gotten the next day?
Yeah. I was in the airport sweating.
Like, shit.
Woo, I got to get back fast.
Like, hold on. Just don't like.
Yeah, no, literally in the airport telling, hold on, I'm going to be in a minute. Just a couple hours.
Just chill. Yeah.
I'm on a layover, please.
Damn, that's crazy. That's baby number 2?
Baby number 2.
Wow.
And that was different because I had to really handle all that, you know what I'm saying, dolo at the crib. Everything was kind of shut down. We weren't able to go to the hospital.
And then you're being extra careful because you got a baby.
Oh, I was super careful. But I guess that was easy too, because having a new baby, you're already super careful.
Mm-hmm.
So I was already stocked up on everything. Like hand sanitizers and this and that and all that. Everything that people was panicking over for a minute, I was a little stocked up early because I already had to worry about the baby.
I was the same way. As soon as we had, shout out Doc Winter, he had some homie who worked for, I don't know, some government agency. And was like, yo, this shit's really about to get shut down. I think it was about a week before it happened. And I went to Ralph's and I was that asshole who had cases of rum. I still in my garage still have a whole entire supply of shit that is just sitting there.
Yeah, it's a bunch of y'all, man, because y'all went to the store and cleaned it out. And then I was in the store. When I went to the store, it was dry.
I just ran out of toilet paper.
Right.
I ain't bought toilet paper in a year. Yesterday, I went down to the closet to see, I got to go get the new. I was like, oh, we finally out.
Why was everybody so worried about toilet paper?
Because ass paper is essential, bruh.
That was the most essential thing.
Every time you take a shit, you got to take a shower. Then, if you don't have the toilet paper,
I know people like that. Yeah,
I'm like that too. Listen, if it's a rough one, if it's one of those, you got to jump in the shower. Obviously, but shout out to my wife. I'm like, listen, if we're gonna have sex, I'm gonna take a shower anyway, so you don't gotta worry about it. But nonetheless,
rules mandatory.
Damn. So you're raising an infant during COVID. Your wife, you were just telling me your wife just opened a new business during COVID.
Yeah.
So you was just dealing with a lot of shit, huh?
It was a lot going on, but I think I set myself up. Luckily, I was already working on the gym. So everybody who was like, dang, the gym closed.
Yeah, I've seen you in your garage getting swole.
I was in the garage getting crazy. And then, you know what I'm saying, I got the studio at the house. So that was mandatory of just, you know what I'm saying, I'm at the crib, you know what I'm saying, it's work. I ain't got nowhere else to go. I ain't traveling nothing. So it was easier to kind of, I think, dial in and just be creative and just have fun because it really wasn't nothing else to think about or worry about like that.
So a lot of this album, did you record it at home?
All of it.
I
recorded at the crib. All of it I recorded at the crib, mixed at the crib, mastered at the crib. Everything was.
So you kind of rushed this whole joint.
Yeah, man.
Besides, you worked with the producer.
Yeah, because what it is, man, I definitely, and it took a little longer than I wanted just because, of course, I was telling you earlier, it started off as this type of idea and was only going to do 7 records. Right. And then I love these 7 records so much, and I was like, man, I feel like I need like 3 more, and then it started to grow into this bigger
Turn into
project,
an album,
and it turned into a full album. That's why even before, it was like 2 songs that we had dropped because it wasn't really a thought process of doing that album until we dropped those 2 songs, and then seeing how me and Ism were working together and how easy it was. Because I could have put together a project with a bunch of different producers. I get all kind of beats. I still got so many different records, but the business still, you know what I'm saying, takes time and clearing people. And
it's much easier to just work with one guy. Like, look, we got an agreement. Let's
right, and get it done, especially when you're not working with a big label who, you know what I'm saying, maybe a lot of those people are already cleared through your label, or it's just an easier system where, you know what I'm saying, I'm independent and we got to handle a lot of clearing and making sure these people get their points and publishing and keeping track of all that stuff. And it was like, Ism is the homie. He's been the homie. We've already had records together, and he's nice, and he's the GOAT, low key. And so, you know what I'm saying? It was somebody I felt like I could work with and get so many different type of records done compared to, you know what I'm saying, if I worked with some other producer, maybe it would just all sound the same, to where this still sounds cohesive, but it's not like boxed in. Tonight.
So when you first went independent, you came on Me and Head Show, and like we did an interview, announced it, and, you know, made a big deal of it. You've been independent for a while now. What are you started off independent. This is how you came into the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By the way, is Up and Away gold now?
Yeah, I think so.
I know records off of it are gold or
definitely records are, you know, I stopped.
It's got to be close.
Looking at all the numbers, but I just waiting and people be giving me plaques like, yo, this went gold. And it feels great when the indie records go gold, because it's like,
plus that's more money in the bank, you know what I mean?
More money in the bank, and it just, you know what I'm saying, makes me feel a little bit more like, you know what I'm saying, even now with just records, like I did all this dolo, some of them in the closet, like, you know what I'm saying, before it was any bread, and those records got plaques now. They definitely still mean a little bit more sometimes than those other records that I kind of knew were gonna go. Like, oh no, that's gonna go. It's gonna be one.
No, but like, coming back to being independent and being back in that space for a while now, like, what are the things that you've kind of like had to adjust to that you weren't used to with being with RCA for so long? Because you had a very long run with RCA.
Adjusting, I mean, I guess, you know, because it's everything is more hands-on. Like I said, clearances and just certain things as far as the business are probably a little bit more, but I'm not always, you know what I'm saying, luckily I got Will to, you know what I'm saying, help me with the business side of things while I still have to do the creative side. But I mean, of course, relationships might be a little bit different, you know. For me, going independent, I tell you, you know, I don't get a independent rate. So everything that's like was already what it was, or features or production costs, a lot of that stuff is still the same as when Kid Ink was with RCA. So you got to think that's still just coming out of my bag. So, you know what I'm saying? I guess, you know, those are certain things you got to probably adjust to more than, you know what I'm saying, when you were a little bit more free with doing certain things or samples and, you know, just keeping it a little bit more in-house so you don't have to worry about all these other stresses that you were able to let somebody else worry about.
Right, because
or a whole team of people.
All the variables you now got to deal with. As opposed to keeping it kind of like you said, like, hey, when we're working with one producer, that means we got to deal with one guy to get these records cleared.
Yeah, opposed to like getting, you know what I'm saying, stuff back and it just, the business come back and you be like, dang, why y'all got to make this so difficult? Or like, you know what I'm saying, I'm rocking, like, we doing independent. Let's just put something out. Let's just work. Happens. Everybody wants to, not even to eat, like, we'll figure it out and I'm going to make sure everybody's taken care of. And most importantly, you know what I'm saying, make sure you get your bag up front. But I think when it comes down to all that extra points and publishing stuff that my brain don't get all the way into like that, I start getting confused. Like, man, now it's been a month since we've been talking about all this. I don't even want to do this record no more. Like, I wanted to put this out in this time frame right now. And I've had that happen where I didn't get a record out when I wanted to put it out because the business took so long. And then it's like, bro, this was a summer record. Now it's November and you just want me to feel like I had got the same energy. I'm going to get the same response from this. So again, working with Ism, it was like, all right, I could lock these records and I could tell him, this is my beat. Like, I want to lock this in and I don't have to worry about 2 weeks later or a month later, he told me like, "Yo, I saw
that beat. I gave it to someone.
That one that you had, like I gave it to
someone else
somebody.
hopped on it.
And it's crazy. That happens to me 4 times a year.
Yeah, because producers just be sending out packs and then
records that I felt like, well, oh, this is my single, and then
unfortunately, and then they'll be like, well, look, this other guy's got it, and it's a major label, it's a bigger bag, like,
right? And then of course, I want to tell you like, nah, but I'm not gonna tell my homie like. Especially somebody I rock with, like, don't go get the bag and make, it's definitely a trade now. And I'm gonna let you go get this bag, bro. So
take care of me the next go round.
Take care of me these packs. When you get hot, don't forget. Like,
right.
But it is what it is on that hand.
So you've had like a pretty wild journey as far as like your come up. You came up with like just a crazy cult following fan base, mixtapes, your first independent album, and then when you signed. You caught one with Show Me that was like fucking, how many streams is that thing? How many times platinum is that record? I mean,
shoot, I don't know. It definitely went on one of Chris Brown's like records, and I was like, ooh, breaking records for Chris. Nah, I think but it wasn't. Let's be real though. It wasn't as if I got signed though, and then like Show Me came out.
No. You were putting out other records. Like
we did try like the Meek Mill,
right, the Badass record, and
I had a couple other singles, and I think
what was the one Lifted produced? It had like a screwed up like hook.
The
Boston Up.
Yeah, we had the Boston Up record. Then I remember I threw Ferg and French on the remix, and then I had some records that were going.
No, you had records
still more so for the core fans, but I felt like definitely when the Show Me hit, it was like
Show Me was like over, right? Yeah. So then like you kind of go on this run where you have all of these records that are kind of in similar vein to Show Me, not necessarily the same, but like R&B hooks, 100 BPM type joints. You know what I'm saying? Very successful. Huge tours, you're on the Chris Brown tour. I mean, all these tours. Do you feel like that kind of started to eat away at your like core following, or like the ability for new fans to come in and tap in with like what some of your earlier fans fell in love with? Because I feel like a lot of fans, kind of the newer fans that were coming in, started to kind of just see you as like the radio guy.
Definitely, it was definitely like I had 2 separate fans, especially when you would go to the shows and I would have to like please the core fans and the new fans at the same time, and you could see the difference in the energies or whatever. But I think at the time when Show Me came out, I loved the record, but it wasn't in my head that it was like, all right, we're gonna keep busting these down, more so than people were asking for me to bust those down. The DJs was telling me like, yo, we love this, and there's, what I'm saying, make sure always. And it felt like something that was simple too, and everybody was telling me, yo, you sound great doing this, you sound comfortable doing this, and it was like, all right, cool, I'll rock with it as, much as the hits come through. Like, I'm not gonna run away from a hit record, but I definitely wasn't looking forward to it being like not necessarily, I'm gonna take credit for, having a sound, but when people are like, that's the Kidding sound, I don't want them to be like, that's the only sound Kidding can do for the new fans, because I know it's fans that know what it is.
Well, because like Time of Your Life, which was kind of the first record that you had any radio success with, was I think like 60 some odd BPMs. It was super melodic, and it was just you.
And those, to me, when I talk to certain people, like those are Kidding records, like for a nice group, especially people who really know me or people who've been rocking. Like when I put on something like that, they go, oh, that reminds me of a Kidding record, or the Up and Away vibes. It's like, that's a Kidding record, or that's the album that a lot of people familiarized with me before Show Me. They're like, this is the sound that he had, or the type of music he was creating. And then, when Show Me came out, not only was it was a whole new way to even listen to music at one point too. Like, the people who were listening to those other records sometimes still go to those old websites and stuff to listen to that stuff, because it's not even available nowhere.
Yeah, you got to go on Dat Piff.
Yeah, people still be going on there like, yo, I've had somebody ask me like, yo, you should put something out on Dat Piff, and I was like, so you can listen to it. Like, I'm trying to figure that's not. Yeah, like everybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to Dat Piff.
Nah, shout out, but I'm just saying
it would be stupid of you to put something out solely on Dat Piff in 2021.
In 2021,
it wouldn't make any sense,
right? So it's like the new fans who only get up to what they got on Spotify and Apple and all that stuff like that. They can only backtrack so far. And I be thinking too, like, it'll be people like, yo, you should do a feature with this person. I'd be like, I did like 2 back then. I mean, they not on the streaming networks now, but it is what it is. So I don't know what else, you know what I'm saying, to do besides that, but accept it and then just move forward and kind of just work through it. And now just proving that I'm independent. I got obviously more room.
So yeah, now you're independent and you can do whatever you want. At the same time, I had this like I remember when Tyga was making like, before Taste happened, Tyga was making some wild records that were like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I forget, he was singing and doing
like an R&B album, right?
It was horrible. Yeah, it just wasn't good. Shout out to Tyga. I'm saying me personally, Bootleg Kev, I did not enjoy that. And I remember just thinking to myself like, bro, this shit is a no-brainer. Like Tyga just put out some Tyga shit. And then he put Taste out. And I was like, bruh.
I feel you on that.
Do you feel like, because I heard you got some shit in the cut. I actually heard the record you got with Rumor. Shout out to Rumor.
Yeah. Shout out to bro.
I don't know, was Nelly supposed to get on that song?
We played it. What happened was we played it for Nelly.
I think when Rumor played it for me, he's like, yo, Nelly's getting on this.
Yeah, we had played it for Nelly and brought it through, and then instead we ended up doing 2 other records.
You and Nelly? Or you and Rumor?
Me, Rumor, and Nelly did 1 other record.
Okay.
And me and Nelly got like 4 records in the can because we just be working, because that's the bro. So sometimes he'll just pull up to the crib and then I just be playing. That's all I do is play.
But I guess like I feel like you have the like kind of the like if you were to do a record like Show Me or you know whatever right now independently,
yeah,
you make so much money off of that song,
yeah.
Right? Because it's yours now.
Yeah.
So I mean, because I know you made a conscious decision to be like, yo, don't send me these beats. Like don't like this is you know I'm close with you and your team, so I'm like I know you made a conscious decision to be like, look, like stop sending me mustard beats, stop sending me these kind of records. Have you thought like, yo, look, now that I'm independent, like if I catch one now, it's like way different. Have you thought of like saying like, hey, fuck it, let's see what happens? Like,
absolutely. I think what it was when I was asking people not to send me that stuff, I just needed it for like my mental and like creative space to be able to open up and not just, I just needed it for myself. So because I was feeling boxed in or insecure about if I could take it a different direction still, whatever the case may be. So, but of course I looked back and even just listening to certain records or just getting beats and then just having something to it so quickly and being like, dang, this is low-key a smash. I definitely told myself, like, I'm not running away from nothing, especially now that, you know what I'm saying, summer's on the way. I got a nice little stash up for the summer, and I know that, you know, it's a vibe that people, you know what I'm saying, enjoy, and I know that I love making, you know what I'm saying, music that make people feel good, and I've been missing the summer, I'm not gonna lie. So
Dude, I've heard some songs that you don't have out that are like, what was there's a record that I know Will was trying to get Kane Brown on.
Oh, yeah.
That's like a hit.
Yeah, that's like a hit.
And that shit's like a year and a half, 2 years old.
That's like a smash.
Like these are records that you just got, tucked off.
But it just needs the perfect person singing on that hook, and it got to get right.
You feel me though? Like you got records like that are like crazy.
Yeah. So and it was like, I think it was just all a timing thing. So
like that's like a soundtrack or like the theme song to like, you know, SummerSlam like type shit.
Fast and Furious type, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Into the movie, you know. Yeah.
Do you feel kind of like, if you know you have like, okay, look, like you said, you got shit tucked. Like this to me, I think is like a dope project because it's something that's like, you're independent now, so why not do a whole project with a producer, right? But if you know like, hey, look, I got this, and this. Being independent, is it like a little bit harder to be like, look, guys, if we're gonna drop this, we got to make sure we got all of these ducks in a row.
Yeah. Because
we want to make sure it has the best chance to be as big as it should be. Does it give you kind of cold feet to drop something like that now that you're independent? Or is it like more like timing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you got, like you said, you have some big records, bro. Like, I feel like your biggest joints you've been sitting on for a while.
That's what people tell me all the time. Nah, I think it's definitely a timing thing. like you said, getting the ducks in a row for sure. Like after I got the project done, it was more so like, all right, now how are we gonna line it up a certain way and give ourselves enough time to be able to do boom, 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 boom. And it was like initially I was like, I wanted to put it out at this time. It went 2 months over the time I wanted to put it out, just trying to perfect it the way I wanted it to sound.
Right.
And then, of course, I immediately wanted to put it out. But then he stepped back and it's like, nah, I'm not going to do that. It's not a surprise project. Like, I want to give it its full potential and, you know what I'm saying, let it be seen and heard and give it what it needs to really, you know what I'm saying, have some success instead of just putting it out. And which with records I've done before by just wanting to put something out just to have content out.
Right.
And then they got to kind of get overlooked, not because the record wasn't hot. It's just it got overlooked because it wasn't put out in a certain manner to, you know what I'm saying, succeed. So with this project, I definitely at first kind of just wanted to get the content out and let people kind of gravitate towards it the way they want. But I still want to have some type of impact, especially being from where I was to going independent. I don't want to lowball and be like, oh, I'm independent now and now I'm not doing things as big. Like I'm not giving you, you know what I'm saying, the same type of energy because I'm independent. I'm just throwing some music out there and seeing what happens. Like I definitely don't want it to be nothing like that.
There's been this big narrative in music over the last few years about going independent, ownership. You know, Kanye led a lot of that with the publishing shit, and obviously Russ has been screaming that shit at the top of his head. You know, Tory Lanez just went independent before he shot Megan in the Feets, allegedly. But it's kind of been like, you know, I think that we kind of recognize like if you have a cult following, if you have fans, like the major label can throw gasoline on a fire that's already going on, right? Yeah. But the fire's already there. Yeah. So it's like, talk about how important it is and like just like coming into your own as an independent artist again. Like the second go round. Like how does it feel? Like how are you like is being independent the way for you now moving forward? Would you ever sign another deal or like, you know what I mean? Like the second go round, how's it feeling?
I couldn't say I wouldn't sign another deal. In general, I mean, I definitely want to see how this run goes. I don't, you know, I have certain expectations for myself, but I just want, you know what I'm saying, I definitely want to see how it goes and see how I move forward from there. I am in a good space, you know what I'm saying, with my independent situation. I feel like, especially after this project that, you know what I'm saying, I'll be able to figure out what I want to do. Right. And I expect probably to, you know what I'm saying, get some calls in and I'm going to have to make some decisions, but I don't know. I mean, if it makes sense, because I understand if the project, it's not the only project I plan on putting out, by the way, but if this project, you know what I'm saying, gets the response that I want it to get and it kind of shines the light on the creative and the different ways I can go, and then that sparks an interest in, you know what I'm saying, a major label or a bigger independent label or whatever that understands that direction, and I feel comfortable about them understanding that, and I can continue to do what I'm doing with that backing, of course, because that's how it was when I first went in, and it felt that, you know what I'm saying, confident about I can continue to do what I want to do, and it's going to continue to get back. The only problem that had happened with the label before was, like you're saying, with me doing what I wanted to do, but then having the Show Me record be way more successful than anything I did before, compared to probably some independent artists that had a platinum record before they came in. And then, you know what I'm saying, I had a lot of success, but for them, they probably still felt like, but this record did way bigger. So, you know what I'm saying, we'll put more energy into when you give us that type of stuff. If the, you know what I'm saying, a newer situation is like, whatever you want to do, blah, say blah, we'll give you this, and that, and make it work for me, then, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to hear them out. But also, if this project, you know what I'm saying, skyrockets and the bag is, you know what I'm saying, crazy.
Just like, yo, keep running this shit up.
Might as well keep running it up. I'm not going to be, you know what I'm saying, just jump into it if I could. Because I understand the system. So it's not like I don't understand how to run my own situation like a major label or, you know what I'm saying, put it together and don't have the relationships or, you know what I'm saying, don't know how to take that bag and reinvest it the right way. So, you know, I know how to, like I've been doing now. I know how to put together this. I know how to shoot videos. I know how to. It's not, I know how to market. I know we know how to where to get the
You're
ads.
self-sustaining.
We know how to do TikTok and I mean,
yeah, I think that's like the thing, right? Because really, if you think of the major label shit, the thing that they could do is just give you an upfront bag.
That's really all it is.
And that upfront bag you got to recoup at a shitty rate for the most part. Most people, but they can, like I said, pour gasoline on the fire. But if you kind of got the right partner or you have your shit together on your own, like really what can they do? Right.
But mind you, anything I probably do like with a major label, it is gonna be a one and done. So
like in and out.
I'm not going in for no like 3 to 5 years. Like
look, I got these records. They need infrastructure. Let's see how it works, and then I'm out.
And I'll make you guys a bag because I mean I understood that's kind of what I did for the other label with getting them such a good enough bag in the beginning. I could have just been off the situation and continue to do something else, and they would have succeeded equally because what I gave them was good enough to clear out and be in the green and dip out. So they still making that same consistent bread off those records. So that was a successful deal for them.
It was successful. Yeah, I mean they made money. I thought that they really fumbled that last record of yours, the one with Sweetie and Wayne.
Yeah, that was fumbled. I don't know who to blame it on.
We jumped on that record so early at Real, and I was like, guys, this is the Kid Ink record. This is like, we got to fucking go crazy. And then look, I just felt like the label never backed it up.
Right. But I mean, it always makes me feel good to open the doors and, be ahead of the curve and, look at everybody on their bumper now.
Yeah, I mean, shit, that was early with Sweetie too.
Yeah.
I was like,
that USO record could have been. And what's the name? Didn't
DA
do the beat?
Yeah,
that was a
DA
smash.
did the beat, and that
on paper that's a smash. I don't know what happened. So,
but you've had a few, but you've had a few of those. Even the record you had with Ty off your EP a few years ago, I thought could have been fucking huge.
Which was still a big record. But I feel like with the USO record, I think there were obviously still some things that could have been lined up and probably situated so it wasn't maybe as rushed out. I probably wanted it to be out too, as everybody like I needed a record out. We put this together, boom, 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 but probably could have, I don't know, done something different.
Hey, I know you're watching the interview right now. Thank you for watching. We got to interrupt this for a special announcement from our good sponsors over at Odd Socks. I have Odd Socks on my feet as we speak. These are NWO socks, you know what I mean? The Wolf Pack, you know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Odd Socks, though. If you're watching this, go to oddsocksofficial.com and buy the most comfortable socks in the world. And I truly do mean that. These right here, these are the most comfortable socks in the world. These are the basics. They're just plain fucking great. They got all the licenses, SpongeBob, WWE, just everything you could ever want. You know what I mean? I'm just throwing socks at Nico Blitz right now. Our producer is filming this. But look, go to oddsocksofficial.com. Trust me, they got the masks, the boxers, everything you need. My personal favorite that I've been loving is they got the Naruto, and I'm not even into that shit, but the socks are fly, and the Street Fighter socks. Crazy licenses, oddsocksofficial.com, keyword Bootleg Kev. Right now, save 20% off at checkout.
But the Ty record, I think that was still a big record for me. I think at the time what it was, which is weird because, all the fans want a certain situation from me, but I think at that time, it was a time maybe when I needed to kind of not switch it up, but just maybe throw something in different right before that kind of made them miss that.
Right.
That sound or that vibe and then come back to it instead of it being maybe something a little too consistent. Right, so people were kind of like, all right, but like kind of how when Main Chick, which wasn't my move, but how Main Chick came out right after Show Me, how they weren't able to get to that because they were still here. So like,
it's crazy because Main Chick, if you would have, like you said, if you would have had a bridge record in between those two records, Main Chick probably would have been. I mean, Main Chick was a big record.
It was still a big record.
It was a big record, but it could have been huge.
It could have, I think, had its own legs and been crazy instead of feeling like a follow-up.
Yeah, because people were still playing Show Me.
Yeah.
Because Show Me researched so well at radio. That was like one of those songs that didn't go away for like a year and a half on the radio because it researched so well. So you drop the follow-up and it's like, yo, I'm already playing. I'm still playing the other shit.
Yeah, and then people telling me that to my face was like, yeah, how come they didn't know that? That was something that that's not something I was supposed to know.
Let's be honest, these labels don't know what the fuck they're doing.
They were supposed to know because that's their job. So
yeah,
I don't know how they messed that one up.
Are you finding it easier to like, because like I said, you came in the game with this crazy fan base. Since you've come back to being independent, you've been dropping a lot more often. Like I think, was it 2019 you were dropping? It felt like once every month you were putting a new record.
We did like one a week.
It was a lot of songs.
For like 2 months, I think. And
you were dropping a lot of records. Have you found it easier to kind of rehash that fan base and like kind of, because I feel like you know, turning into a superstar, sometimes you lose those core fans because they kind of feel like, well,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Have you found it easier to try to like bring those guys back into the fold or build that back up?
A little bit, because now, I mean, it's certain fans I think that are back to rooting for me because they feel like I'm the underdog. And then, you know, I could feel like at the end of 2019 when I had this idea and making this run, and then 2020 happened and the energy kind of shifted a little bit.
Of course.
Which I like had records lined up and different things, but it's a timing thing too.
Of course.
I remember having certain records that I felt like were ready to go, and it was kind of like, yeah, but not anymore. So like we're gonna have to wait until this one is, you know what I'm saying, give it 4 or 5 months and then see if the energy is back ready for it. So that definitely kind of helped. I mean, not helped, but it definitely kind of slowed down my run. But at the same time, I think gave me some more just creative time to get some stuff together and figure some stuff out. And in the midst of recording this project too, I think I was able to open up, just getting back into more syncs. Because syncs, I don't know if a lot of people know, like movies and like
Netflix,
TV shows and commercials and stuff. Those are big. I don't know, like I've always had a niche with just writing records that just, you know what I'm saying, resonate over there with that syncing game. And I got back into that, and you know what I'm saying, I think I'm on, because what have I done? I've had like 2 Fast and Furious movies. We working on another one. They, you know what I'm saying, people were sending Space Jam ideas and this and that, and they was doing Trolls, and all these different movies was coming out. And I think I, you know what I'm saying, just tapped back into just writing for that type of game. And so
are those your records or records you write? For like are those like your records ended up on that stuff, or is it sometimes just stuff that you write that ends up someone else doing them? Or
so like this, so I've had a couple different ones. Like sometimes you'll get the list that'll tell you what they need, and then you get, you know what I'm saying, to it, just start writing a bunch of different stuff and send it through. And then I've had records that, like there was a record I did on the Ism project for the album that I lost to a movie sync because, you know what I'm saying, Ism played it for his people. And they were like, yo, that would be perfect for this movie. And I was like, yeah, but that's for my album. So, like, that was another thing that happens where it'll set me back, too. Because I think losing that one record, which I felt like I needed and it had a certain sound, set me back. And I had to replace that with, like, I need
so
this
if that
again.
happens, does that song then just belong to the movie company?
Yeah.
So, like, they're like, hey, look, we're putting this in the movie. It's ours. If we put it out on the soundtrack, cool.
Yeah, so, like, I sold it to them. And then they, you know what I'm saying, through... You know what I'm saying, whoever they wanted, a couple different rappers on there, maybe had somebody re-sing the hook, blah, 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 and then, you know what I'm saying, I sent it to me, I added some stuff, or you should put some ad-libs here, you know what I'm saying, we still work on the record together, but once it's theirs to do it, you know what I'm saying, they went for the movie.
Right. Yeah, I think the sync game is a part of the game that a lot of artists don't understand, or like understand even how to get involved in that. Because you'll hear some records, you'll be like, man, this shit would be great on a movie or something. I don't even think people understand that world. It's like, it feels like a different world.
Right, because the movies, the sports is big for me. Like I had the Dodger championship song and the song that they play for the commercial for the series opener. Yeah.
So the Dodgers just
shoot a bag, you know what I'm saying, some tickets maybe. But
shout out to Ill Will. You know,
shout out Ill Will. And then so, like, I get those. I've had different, you know what I'm saying, like, championship spots, video games. Like, all that stuff is real fun to me. Like, that was something that growing up I always wanted. So, like, I always wanted to have a song on the radio, but then, like, I got a song in a video game. That's crazy.
Yeah, the video game shit is like, because we always be playing Madden or 2K.
Yeah.
And it's, or even, like, Tony Hawk when I was growing up. Like, all them songs, like, you knew by heart.
By heart, bro. It's
even
still songs I know from Tony
records.
At all. It's songs I know from, like, Dave Mirror that I've never
played. Because it's like you play the game so much, you're like, oh, this shit is crazy.
Kept playing, I was walking around singing these songs, friends like, what is this? Yeah, man,
did you play the new Tony Hawk like remastered edition that came out?
Okay, so I want to. I had
fire.
I had to step back from the video games for a minute.
You was diving in.
I'm bad with once I dive in, and then it kind of
especially during a pandemic.
Especially during the pandemic. So for me, I had to step back from the video games, especially while I was doing this project, because I got lost in there, locked in.
What game?
Again. I play, of course, 2K. So 2K got the whole story mode. So once you get locked into that, you're him. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here living hoop dreams. And then anything fighting game, like UFC is my joint. Call of Duties. I play all the regular games. The ones I get locked in on be like the Batman, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man's crazy.
I rock the Switch. Super Mario's is all fire. But I had to step back for a second.
All those Batman Arkham series games are fucking fire.
Fire.
Those are like some of my favorite games ever.
That's when I found out I had a problem. I think I went like a month in. I was like, I've been playing this every day.
I had every single thing. Did you get any of the new consoles, the PS5s or anything?
PS5, I don't rock with Xbox.
Yeah,
I don't touch Xbox, man. Nah.
I'm not gonna lie though.
PS5 they ain't got no games yet, just like they did with the PS4.
Yeah, neither of them got games yet. It's like, bro, I told my son, he was so hyped to get. I mean, I got a bunch during Christmas, but I was like, yo, you realize like there's no games yet.
That's what they did with PS4 last time. It was like you get Call of Duty, 2K, Spider-Man.
And
like
it's
2 other games, and then you gotta wait 6 months. We gotta wait to the summer.
No fucking games.
Gotta wait to the summer, man.
And like low key, the graphics are better, but unless you got that crazy TV, like if you just got a normal 4K TV, you barely can notice the difference.
Right?
You gotta have like a ill ass TV with this type of. My boy was breaking it down. He's like, look, for you to really like notice the jump in graphics, you gotta really have like a fucking $4,000 TV. Low key.
Just to notice the difference. I could imagine there's somebody who bought a PS5 on. Well,
my son's in his room on a 32-inch fucking 1080p TV. Like, the graphics look better. I'm like, they look the same, bro. Like, I mean,
same game, my guy.
Yeah, it's like pretty much the same fucking thing. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So you've sold over 15 million records through your career?
Like I said, I'm bad with the numbers, but that sounds good.
That's a lot.
So if I could count, like that's man, blessing.
Do you ever like reflect on like that's a lot, bro? Like some people never go platinum in their life.
Yeah.
15 million is a number that you could stop making music tomorrow and be like, man, I sold 15 million records in life. You ever like think like shit?
Like US? Worldwide? I don't know, because the thing is too that Fifth Harmony record, hopefully it'll go diamond at some point in my life and I'll be like, I'm part of a diamond record.
How many?
I feel like they're like 7 million worldwide.
How many records did that sell?
Period.
Yeah, I was about to say that's crazy.
It might be diamond worldwide, but it's like that record was probably one of the big. I need to update that plaque. I probably only got the 2 million one.
Damn, but like that's a lot, man. That's a big career. I mean, and for you to still keep going. But do you ever reflect like, like everything I've done so far, it's impressive, man. I know sometimes it's like probably easy to like second guess yourself or doubt yourself when you ain't the hottest artist anymore. Yeah. But like, bro, like you've had like a crazy run so far.
Nah, I definitely get time to reflect on it more now, and I think back like, nice little run, especially when I think about the years in. So like, I look at other guys and how long they actually been in the game, and I think about like when my first project dropped and when people actually start paying attention, like 2014, 2015, like, you know what I'm saying, wasn't like that long ago compared to some people who've been in the game for like 20, 25 years. I feel like I still got, you know what I'm saying, some grinding that I could do. I feel like I still got some time of success, especially when I see like a lot of the old heads still just doing big things later in their career. It's
and like a lot of artists have
time.
Multiple runs.
I've seen so many people have just multiple legendary runs. You've seen like Fat Joe keep coming out.
Fat Joe, perfect example.
Fat Joe keep coming out. Gucci Mane to keep coming out with something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Those are people that, you look up and you're like, 2 Chainz still coming out. Like everybody.
Even like someone independent like Freddie Gibbs.
Like, Freddie Gibbs, you know what I'm saying?
So
that's the thing too. You see people
on a
who've
whole
been
run right now. That's crazy.
Right, people who you've
15
seen
years in
maybe slow down or you didn't think was getting what they needed to get as far as respect and then get nominated for Grammys and stuff. That makes you have no choice but to feel inspired and motivated. Like, I got mad time to figure stuff out. Not saying I'm just sitting back, but it's like I got time to still, you know what I'm saying, thrive. So
have you felt the narrative? I know you pay attention, but like there's been memes and shit like what happened to Kid Ink? Like Kid Ink fell off.
Yeah.
Is that something that bothers you or is it something that motivates you? Or do you even pay attention to it?
It's a little bit of both. The reason it bothers me is because I feel like we were talking about having certain, you know what I'm saying, things aligned. I'll feel like I've had somebody say, you know, when you dropping something new? And then for me, I'll be like, I just dropped something new 2 weeks ago. How what made that count as new for you, or me taking it serious as this was a record I wanted to put out, or is you just think I'm just throwing stuff out? Like, you know, so I think it's definitely still up to me, I guess, to put that energy into certain records. But, you know, it'll bother me to an extent of I don't want nobody thinking I'm chilling at the crib. Like,
you know, working.
I'm blessed, but I'm not ever content with just sitting at the crib and we just going on vacations royalties. And we collecting all these royalties and and it's like, nah, I'm at the crib working, constantly thinking, being creative, trying to figure out what's something new I could do, where everything is going, especially because I'm somebody who doesn't really like sit back on my old records and look at them and think about, you know what I'm saying, this is something I need to redo again, or what if this would have done this? I'm always moving forward. So like people will come over to the crib and hear everything I got stashed in the can. They be like, why you did it? But it's, you know what I'm saying, figuring everything out and just not wanting that to happen where people are overlooking records is definitely, you know what I'm saying, it puts me in that place like, all right, I don't want to just put this out and I know it's a smash, but it seems like, you know what I'm saying, I got to figure out the way to get back in people's face or build the momentum the right way so where they just automatically is back to clicking and then they go, oh, that's crazy, instead of being like just not hearing it.
I think it's just consistency, man.
Yeah,
I think it's like, yo, you drop this project, just keep dropping, bro.
That with the songs and the videos.
The
and that's
singles
the thing.
And videos.
I got this project done. I think I had already.
I know you guys have been shooting hella videos with Matty J.
Shooting videos with my bro Matty J. I had already started another like EP kind of project that's gonna be with somebody else doing like a mix of, you know, not really hip hop, but something just more, I think, a little bit more worldly type music. And then I plan on dropping probably Up and Away 2 this year by the summer, hopefully. And then
what's up with is the rumor joint coming soon?
The rumor record is definitely coming soon. We just getting everything together. That's definitely one of those ones that was a big record that needs some clearances and is going to take some business time. But I think everything is set in stone. I got a couple things I need to finish on the mixing side of things because I'm real hands-on with that. So I got the session at the crib, probably, you know what I'm saying, tweak some stuff, but it's already lined up to, you know what I'm saying, go. I just got to hit my deadline.
If there's an artist that's watching this that's on the come up, would you give them advice to stay independent or go with a major? Let's say they got a little bit of momentum.
It's different for different artists.
Everyone's situation is different. But
because there's certain artists who I never think should go to a major, and there's certain ones who I think need to go to a major so they get the looks.
So who do you think, talk about the type of artist you think would need to go to a major and or should stay independent?
Like an example?
I think, like, from my perspective, if you have like a song that goes viral but you really don't have a following, like you might want to go the major route, right? Right. Because then they'll maximize that record. Because that record might be the only opportunity you have.
Right. Let's say
like that Bored in the House kid, right? He had that record that went viral.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from him since, but he signed a deal and then they put the Tyga on the remix. And I think that was probably a smart play for him. Now,
definitely a smart play.
If it's somebody who's got a crazy following,
right,
like Russ or somebody, or
let's use like Blast as an example.
Blast. Like, so should Blast,
is he signed to a major?
No. He's got a partnership with Rebel Music.
I think that's somebody probably who's really dope and will succeed doing their independent thing. But if he was signed to a major, could he be a worldwide artist? Absolutely.
So you think,
or like that's like saying if Roddy Ricch didn't sign to a major or just stayed independent, do I think, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think Roddy Ricch at a major is.
So you think Blast at a major? Blast at a major is essentially what will solidify him as a superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, because he has those type of records that I think get overlooked that are huge. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying, radio ready, or just a single that everyone will like just because it sounds sonically just good.
Nah,
so
Blast is an alien. Have you got to link with him at all?
No.
I feel like you guys would catch a vibe.
I think so. I was definitely a fan early, and then, you know what I'm saying, I'm somebody too, because it's like I'll be a fan of people, and then once they get like their wave going, I'll hit people up and be like, congrats to this and that. And then I feel like I be seeming like the person who hopped on the wave.
Right.
More so than I'm just like seeing it like from the outside, like, dang, I watched you grind up. I remember when I was the only person listening to you, and then I hit you, and then you might think like, dang, they just trying to hop on the wave.
Have you reached out to Blast?
I don't remember if I reached out to Blast. I know I follow him. I feel like I might have sent Blast a DM or something, or because I got a record with Bino.
Bino's crazy.
Yeah, I got a record with Bino right now, and I remember that's kind of where I heard Blast was from. Bino. Him and tape, Bino had a record. So, but nah, I planned on reaching out. You know what I'm saying? I was letting it just.
That might be a vibe. You and Blast.
Nah, I think that'd be easy vibe because I hear when I hear it, I hear already what I would do and how comfortable that would be.
Hey, he's working, man. I know he works with Mozzie a lot. You know, obviously him and Bino I think they're working on a follow-up to their tape, but, you know, he's going crazy right now.
Yeah, no, he's definitely going crazy. It's dope to see that.
For sure. Yeah, that'd be wild. That might be like, that has to happen.
Yeah, I think that has to happen. I was thinking about it like
if you're going to come back with like one of them R&B type records, it's got to be Blast.
Yeah. I'm gonna have Head hook that up.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
That would be fire though.
Well, look, the album is out
Thursday night, midnight, Thursday.
But actually, this will come out next Monday, so the album will already be out. Actually, I don't know when this is going to come out. I'm going to ask Will when he wants us to drop this, because we might drop it Friday.
Yeah, but, you know, it'll be out. Album out.
Album out.
Alive. 13 records. 3 already out, so 10 brand new records y'all never heard.
Videos coming.
I got a, you know what I'm saying, night and day video drop day of the album. And then I wanted to stack up a bunch of videos. I got a couple different promo videos for some of the records, but I kind of want to take that first week and see what people are rocking with and make sure I give them that first one first. You can kind of
see the metrics and be like, all right, this is what they're fucking with.
Yeah, like this is what they want to see a video to right now, and then go back to just doing a video for everything.
By the way, did you ever find out who fucking got in your house?
I didn't find out who got in my house. I know what they look like.
No, I've seen the screenshots. I just didn't know if like anything ever came of that. Did you ever get any of your shit back or?
Nah,
because they were hitting houses like in your neighborhood, right?
Yeah, they had a whole little thing going on, and then you know the police came to the crib.
They ain't doing shit.
They thought I did it, like damn near.
Like, it was an insurance policy.
Yeah, they was giving me the talk, and I almost got hot with them in the crib, and then after that they had like some I don't even know what the fuck you call them. Some police officer, whoever, some agent, detective. There we go. I'm fucking police. Some detective that was supposed to call me and give me the rundown of what was going on and updates. And then every time I tried to hit them up, there was never no updates like that. And I wasn't trying to really keep up with the police like that, so I just kind of let it go.
These fools, I got jacked. They jacked my whip. I was at the bank. Someone followed me out of the bank. I'd stopped at the UPS store. While I was in the UPS store, these fools blew out my back window, took 15 grand in cash out of my trunk. The cops had their car, and they could have, like, the license plate was like fuzzy, but they could have figured it out. Yeah. They had video of the girl who followed me out of the bank and got in that car.
Yeah.
And I'd never heard. I'm like, bro, did y'all even try to get my shit back?
To be honest, I tried way harder than them for that first week. And
Me
I
too.
Felt like I had got to a point where
the one who got the footage, because I went to the gas station that I stopped at, and I had to chip off the guy. I said, look, give me the footage, because they had to have followed me here, because I went here before I went to the other spot where I got robbed, and I gave the cops the footage. Like, I got the footage.
That was right. That's the same thing I did. I gave cops more footage, and I went to the neighbors, and
it was like pointless.
It was one of those things where they were supposed to be able to go through some other people's cameras in the neighborhood and be able to spot. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw the car, but I couldn't see no plates, and then the way that they dipped. It's a whole run. They got a whole route out the neighborhood, through the neighborhood, where they don't have to.
They knew what they were doing.
Go straight to the freeway. I lost like 5 chains. I think my girl lost like 2 chains.
Did you have
and
insurance?
a bracelet. To be honest, I did have insurance, but they wasn't covering that.
They didn't cover it.
Nah.
They didn't cover anything. Oh, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, I had paperwork and all that shit, and I went through, you know what I'm saying, everything I needed to go through, but they wasn't covering it.
Learning experience, man.
Yeah, I learned from it.
Yeah, well, look, Kid Ink, appreciate you coming through. New album. Hey, let's for the radio show, introduce a record, man.
Which one we gonna do?
I don't know.
It'll be 2 out.
Whichever one you are gonna have clean for me.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, just
I need to give you that today too. All right, yo, what's up? This your boy Kid Ink right here, and this is my new record, Red Light, off the project Alive. You already know what it is. We in here, baby. Alumni, back game, one time. Bootleg Kev. Whoop, whoop.
All right, perfect.